So now let's hit Uranus in the 11th. This is the powerhouse planet. And do you understand why? Aquarius is ruled by Uranus. I know we have one person in the audience. Do we have anybody else know that they have Uranus in their 11th? Okay. We only have one. We have Yvonne here today. Well, okay, Yvonne, we're not going to pick on you. We're not going to pick on you. We'll have to say that a couple times. Because Uranus in the 11th does bring out some of the worst behaviors, so to speak, when it comes to Uranus. Because Uranus, being an Aquarius, liberates it. It allows it to happen for the sake of the revolution. For the sake of the revolution, let's all get together and burn our bras. For the sake of revolution, let's go out and burn that American flag. For the sake of the change it's going to create, right, let's do this. Because we know something better, it will make people think differently. So that's where it gets very, this is headline stuff sometimes. And again, I'm not saying that Yvonne does this all the time. I'm saying she's around it, she knows it. And therefore, you know, it's like earthquake coming into her life here. So we have that influence going on with Uranus in the 11th, and this is going on, as I said here, I mean, for Geminis. I think I skipped that point. This is for Geminis. It's been going on since 2009, going through 2015. And again, it varies. I'm not trying to paint the extreme picture, so to speak, that this is horrible, but this has definitely been an interesting trip. And so we want to think of what it does. Number one, it upsets the family of origin issues. I don't want to make light of this because sometimes I can think of several storylines involving death. Someone dies in the family, which that is a sad, unexpected thing that happens. And then out of that, information is revealed. We have a chance to learn different things. We learn about the family relationship. We learn how the siblings, what each sibling has been doing or not doing. We see how they react. We see, is it been appropriate or not? And again, appropriate is a very vague word to use, right? Because it just, this is not a lecture on judgment. It just is. This is what's happening. This is what's doing. So many times you find yourself involved in antisocial behaviors. Antisocial behaviors is everything from lying, stealing, not following the code of the law, to other things that are like, oh my gosh, do I need to report this person? Do I need to file a police report? Should I call the police? Should I look the other way? So we get into that whole area. This is the hotbed of revolution. So whether you have it natally, you've lived it your entire life, so we know this person would have this would not be a boring life. If you have Uranus in your 11th house, you do not have a boring life. You have many things that you don't talk about to everybody about. If you're a Gemini, this hit you in 2009. Something kind of woke you up to the old order has changed. And now things are different than they have been. And yes, are things going to settle down again? Absolutely, they're coming. But this whole aspect here about what is true, you start questioning what is true. And now that I know it, oh, can I pretend I don't know it now? Is that an option? Which, of course, it's not. But, you know, we generally, that's the initial step as well. Okay, I'll pretend I didn't know that. The other side of it is, of course, just in a very neutral way. This brings out a lot of interest in technology. I love technology, and you become very visionary. There's the good thing. It breaks a lot of things that you thought to be true, and now you go, oh, it's not true. That process happens at the same time you start getting very visionary about other aspects of your life. And it does bring some very unusual alignments. I say flash in a pan alignments. People that all of a sudden they're in your life, and we're on, and then all of a sudden you're off as well. There's a disconnect energy. So I'll call that my earthquake placement. When someone has Uranus going into the 11th house, things are going to shift and change.